This is the best part of the game. This is the only thing I like. Look, bat. You know, no matter what industry you're in, you're probably going to run into the problem where eventually you release a bad product. I don't care if you're a meat packer, you put out some meat that, you know, kills some kids, you make a bad movie. I mean, I guess those two situations, one of those is clearly worse than the other. But no matter what it is, you're going to do something wrong. And if you're a smart company and a smart marketer, you just own it. I don't understand why these companies fight it. You put out a bad movie, you don't got to go, oh, well, the critics don't understand it. You put out a bad game, one of these shovelware games, you don't go, oh, the critics are just, you know, being mean and biased or whatever. Just go, you know, the critics are entitled to their opinion. We think we have a good product here, but we're not going to throw shade at anybody who comes down on us. Some publishers are able to, you know, do that. Some publishers go too far and they do attack the critics. And then some publishers, they go one step into insanity and they threaten to sue people. I might get sued for this video. We're going to find out before we do. Hit that subscribe button. Join the veto army, baby. We're doing it. I'm going to need you guys when the lawsuit comes down because we are talking about the great John Riggs, Popeye on the Nintendo Switch. Can I see this? Can I see this thumbnail you had, John? So John put up a video about this game, Popeye. Okay? Popeye on Nintendo Switch. Yes, it's an actual game, he says. Now, this was a game that people had saw the screenshots of it. Because when they originally got announced, people went, oh, there's a Popeye game. Well, is it going to be... Let me see if I can enlarge this. Is it going to be the Nintendo Popeye game, the classic Popeye arcade game? I mean, if it's going to be on the Switch, I would not mind playing the classic Popeye arcade game. It's pretty fun. But then we found out, no, it's a 3D, you know, action adventure, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what kind of game you call it because it's garbage is the kind of game it is. So John made a video, and the original title of the video, I hate to say it, was Popeye on Nintendo Switch is the worst game on the Switch. And the thumbnail did not say Popeye this happened. It said Popeye, do not buy Popeye. Both of which I think were very reasonable messages. John is taking them down. And we're going to find out why. John, what do we got here?
How are you feeling? You got John Riggs here playing Popeye for the Nintendo Switch. A lot of people have been bugging about this game ever since it was first announced. The screenshots, they say it looks weak, it looks terrible, it doesn't look like the arcade version. It should be like the arcade because of the color scheme and everything, but looking at the screenshots, it might be. I've seen no video play of this. I've seen nothing other than those screenshots. So I'm looking forward to playing this personally. I purchased this in the Japanese eShop. If you're like, how'd you get it a day early? Is that a review code? No review code. I bought it in the Japanese eShop. Easy to do.
All right, so the game was not... That's kind of why they went after John. We'll get into that, is that he had the first review out because he was smart enough to go buy it in Japanese. So everybody was waiting for the American copy. The great John Riggs said, well, I'm just going to go pick it up right now. Now, here's the thing. I tried watching this video footage. I was going to play it for you with the sound on, but it is just literally so boring that you would stop watching the video if I tried to just play it. We have to fast forward. It's that bad. It's that bad. John, I'm sorry I have to silence your commentary because this game is just terrible. Now, each level is the exact same. Olive Oil standing somewhere. She throws something. This first level, she throws hearts. Okay, so you have this generic brown, I don't know, desert background. All the environments look terrible. And now you just have to collect 15 hearts. And you're like, well, where are the enemies? What are the enemies? There's one enemy. It's Brutus or Bluto, depending on your Popeye version. And he just chases you around. He's slower than Popeye by, like, a considerable margin. And I don't know if you can see this. He keeps getting lost. The one enemy doesn't even, like, stay on you like, you know, like he should be stalking behind you. Here he finds you. If you, like, go around him, he just starts going, like, where'd Popeye go? Where's Popeye? Look at how slow he is. You can just stand still, and he doesn't have, like, a charge move. Like, you don't have to, like, hide from... Yeah, look, he doesn't know where you are now. He's lost. All right, here's the best part.
Why'd you pull out of my shirt when it was just...
You get the spinach.
Let's do it.
This is the best part of the game. This is the only thing
please
I
don't
like.
copyright me. Okay.
Look, bat.
Fine.
And you go, okay, well, it's the first level. Like, you know, I'm sure it gets different. No, second level, it's a generic pirate ship. I think people have pointed out this is like a stock Unity model you can just buy, so it's not like they made this pirate ship. And now you go and you collect the letters that spells, "Oh, Popeye, I love you." As again, there's one enemy. Oh, I think there's two enemies. I think this one has a bird. So you have to avoid a guy who's slower than you and a bird who doesn't seem to ever want to deal with you at all. Are you enjoying this, John?
Is that the vulture? Okay, so I have the spinach, and I think can I use the spinach whenever I want now?
Oh my god, John, you're thinking way too hard about this game. You know, all right, so whenever you use the spinach, you can punch.
Thank you.
See, this could have been something. This could have been a game. Because cartoonishly punching
this was
people
like
is hilarious.
A fan project or something? Okay, I think he went in the water on that one.
See, this would be great.
Somebody mentioned it too. It's a lot like Dreams. Like if you know,
need more enemies.
This for Dream. Oh, yeah, punch the vulture. All right, PETA.
All right, look, let's put it this way. This might be fun for about 2 seconds. And then after you realize every level's the exact same, running around collecting hearts, running away from the same enemy. What is this enemy? Does this third level have 2 birds? There's nothing going on in this game. Oh, now it's night. It's the same game the whole way through it. This is not a good game. So, what happens? John puts out this video that again says, "Do not buy this. This is the worst game on the Nintendo Switch." Then he gets threatened with legal action. John, what happened? Tell me.
One of the teams behind Popeye on the Nintendo Switch just threatened to sue me.
No.
I wish I was making that up. What happened was a
also
couple
wish.
weeks ago, I made this video, super clickbaity thumbnail there, if I do say so myself, with an even more clickbaity headline, Popeye is the worst game on Nintendo Switch.
Okay, so here's one thing you're going to learn through this video is that John Riggs is I don't know, way too nice a guy. He's like almost apologizing like, well, maybe I went too far saying do not buy. What? No, do not buy. That's not going too far, John. That's the correct thing to do when you're looking at this Popeye game. I would only buy this again if I was like a YouTube guy like you and I wanted to make a video about how terrible it is. But the average consumer, yeah, that's not clickbait to say do not buy. You could say, you could say it's clickbait because what, you look all offended by it? No, that's not clickbait, bro. And then he's saying maybe I clickbaited when I said, oh, you know, maybe I shouldn't have said it's the worst game on the Nintendo Switch. Dude, we know what you meant. We knew, obviously there's going to be some games that are just like literally unplayable. Like you can't get past, you know, the first screen or something because it's got a bug. But when you say something's the worst game, like we know what you're saying. It's so dramatically terrible that nobody should bother with it. So why are you apologizing to this company that wanted to sue you, John? Tell me more.
I want to say, hey, John, recently learned you've been spreading disparaging remarks. Goes on to say the remarks are untrue and malicious and constitute slander against our reputation and credibility. And then later on goes on to say, this letter will constitute notice that unless you immediately cease and desist from making such remarks, we'll notify our attorneys to institute legal proceedings against you claiming the full amount of damages suffered by us. Imagine, if you would...
Did you hear that? Did we all hear that? The publisher says you are making false, defamatory statements about our game, and we will come at you for damages. Now, let's be very clear. Legally, they have no leg to stand on whatsoever. None whatsoever. A critic can say whatever he wants about your thing, as long as he's not lying. And they're gonna say that his lie was saying it's the worst game. That's an opinion. An opinion by its very definition cannot be a lie. If I say Star Wars is the worst movie ever made, you might argue up and down, of course there's worse movies. Look at all these worse. It does not matter. It's my opinion. Legally, I can have whatever opinion I want. And if it damages your profits and it causes you to sell less copies of Star Wars, well, tough titties. I'm sorry. Like, it's got nothing. That's just how it goes. You can't. Opinions are opinions, man. John did not lie. Did John lie at any point in this video? I've watched it all the way through. I don't remember anything else. If anybody else who watched it, you know, if he said, like, it doesn't work on your Nintendo Switch, or if he said, you know, it'll break your Nintendo Switch, okay, you might have a point to say that he's making false statements. But no, he said, don't buy it because it's the worst game. That's called a legally protected opinion. Let's get more into this, John.
Name companies or anything like that, but I do want to say what they said to me, and then you tell me if this is correct or not.
So he said that he will not name which company. I don't know why he won't name who sent it to him. John, tell us who sent it. I'm going to assume it's the publisher, which the publisher is who? Who's making the Popeye game? Popeye, Nintendo Switch. I want to know who's publishing it. We're going to call them out. And if it's not the publisher, then whoever wrote this email should come forward and be very clear about it. It says the publisher is Sabec. Sabec Game Publishing. Okay. Well, there you go. Sabec Game Publishing. We're going to teach you a little something about the Streisand law. When you try to... It is true. They are the ones who... Look at this. Look at this. Look at the stuff these people make. When you try to silence critics with threatening legal action, guess what? You get a million more critics coming at you. We've got... Here's all the classic Sabec games they don't want you to know about. Trivial Pursuit, the Pimp My Ride game. Classics like Slot. It's not even called Slots. It's called Slot. Bowling. What looks to be like some sort of, I'm sure, ripoff of another game, Neverlast. Whatever the hell this is. Actually looks kind of fun. Piano, Paint, Match. Do you guys have like a hard-on for one-word titles? You made a game called Fight? What the hell is Fight? You don't have any, what do you call it? Ideas in your head? Why would you... You just made a game called Fight? Oh my god. What is this? And I assume these are all just like stock Unity, assets that you jam together. What a weird company. And they are the ones who have made the Nintendo calculator, the expensive, what is this, $5? How much is it? $10 for the Nintendo Switch calculator. Sabec. You can't sue people. So again, I want to say John gives us some of the email. I don't want to play the whole video on my channel. Go watch it on his channel. But here's some of what the email was saying.
Admitted, man. I mean, the headline, super clickbaity, gets you to watch the video, right? I mean, clickbait's a good thing if it gets you to watch the video, and the video is what I was talking about in the video. I even mentioned I tried to stay positive as much as I could through the video, and they did notice that. They did say, the video is fine. What they're more concerned with was, the fact that it actually says do not buy in the thumbnail. And then the headline, of course, talking about how it's the worst game on the Switch. And that's kind of where it comes to this. Now, most people would see that first initial email, block, ignore, never mind. It's my channel. I do whatever I want.
No, I would not block and ignore. I would tell them, fuck you. I would tell them, I would immediately write them back and I would go, eat my balls. Eat both of my balls, you stupid pieces of shit. Because you know what? These guys don't understand the business that they're in, and it's frankly embarrassing. If you're in the business of making video games, then you have to understand that critics have the right to comment on and criticize those video games. And the second anyone is delusional enough to say they're going to drag their legal team into it and threaten to sue a small creator, no, I'm not laughing at that. You're literally insane. That's fucking insulting to the entire craft of criticism. Critique has existed since the dawn of all creative works, okay? When fucking whatever his name is, Leonardo da Vinci was painting the Sistine Chapel, I'm sure somebody came along and went, that looks like shit. Leonardo da Vinci did not sue that man. Because that's not how we handle things in this litigious fucking nightmare country. I mean, I know that's how you want to handle things in this litigious nightmare country, but that's not how we handle criticism in this country, thankfully. So I don't know why John's giving these guys any quarter, man. He literally, I mean, I don't want to say bent the knee. He's just too nice a guy. He says, okay, if you guys really don't like the title and the thumbnail, I'll change it to, yes, it's an actual game, and that happened, as opposed to do not buy worst game on the Switch. John, put back the original title in the thumbnail. Please do it. Please, John Riggs. Please. Don't make nice with these guys. What are you worried? You're gonna damage your relationship with Sabec, and they're not gonna send you a spy alarm? They're not gonna send you a free copy of Xylophone? What are you worried about? Fuck these people, John.
I mean, seriously, a simple change of this, a simple change of that. I'm happy helping people out. It's why I do videos on indie Switch games, because not a...
John, no. Don't help him out. That's not your job as the reviewer. My job as a critic is not to make sure that Disney has a good day, to make sure Electronic Arts has a good... Well, it might make people not want to buy our game when you say, do not buy. Yeah, no fucking shit. No one should buy Popeye. Do not buy. John, why did you change it? Now I'm making this video against... I'm mad at two people now. John, I'm not mad at you. I just don't understand. Do you think people should buy this game? Do you really think people should buy this game? And if not, go back to the thumbnail that says do not buy, because that was your honest opinion. If you as a critic, again, I try to tell people what the role of a critic is. We are consumer advocates. We exist. I know that part of this is fun and entertainment and comedy. It's fun when we goof on bad movies. But it is legitimate consumer advocacy when I tell you Space Jam sucks. If you were thinking about signing up for HBO Max just to watch Space Jam, it's not worth the sign up. I think you should have HBO Max anyway. See, I'm nice to HBO Max. But I don't think if you're signing up just to watch Space Jam, I think you've made a horrible mistake. If you have the opportunity to see Space Jam in theaters, don't do it. Okay, that's my legitimate opinion. So I don't know why John, he seems to think, oh, you know, I don't want to hurt the poor publisher who just threatened to sue me. They threatened to sue you, John. You owe them nothing. You owe them nothing. Yeah, look, and he changed the thumbnail to, no, don't. Go back to the original one. Anyway, look, I'm going to fall on my sword if John won't. I'm going to tell you right now, if John won't say it, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say this to Sabec, who I assume sent him this email. Whoever sent him this email, you're the dumbest person in the world. You put trash out in the world. You put out a trash game. You charged money for it. You had the option to not charge money for your trash. You could have said, you know what, guys, this game sucks. So rather than taking people's money for a game that is clearly not up to snuff, clearly not up to the standard that Nintendo Switch gamers know and desire, we're not going to put it out. But you decided to push forward with, again, the trashiest, stupidest looking game I've ever seen in my life. Let's take a quick look. Look at this. John tries to say, oh, I don't know, I've played more of it. It's kind of funny now. John, just stop trying to be nice to these people. This game is not redeemable at all. Look at this thing. Look at this. There's nothing. You run in a circle and nothing happens. You pick up hearts. There's not an enemy to be seen. There's nothing to fight. It's a Popeye game. You fight one guy. This is nonsense. So, two things. Again, Sabec, publishers of Popeye, eat my dick. You know what? Worst game on the Switch. Popeye is the worst game on the Switch. I've decided it. And that's my opinion. If you want to sue me for it, great. Let's do it. Let's do it. I want to fight this one out in court. Let's do it. John Riggs, put back the original title and thumbnail. I really want you to. Don't play nice with these vultures. Okay, don't play nice with these guys who they sit around and they churn out shovelware and then they get mad when anyone dares to suggest that it sucks balls. It sucks balls. Okay? We don't owe you... We don't have to be nice. We don't have to be nice. Well, it's not that bad. No, it looks that bad. I haven't played it, but based on what I've seen, Popeye for the Nintendo Switch is the worst Nintendo Switch game. You heard it here, folks. Anyway, guys, what do you think? Is John Riggs doing the right thing? When he gets threatened with a lawsuit, he plays nice, he talks to him, he changes the title and the thumbnail. Or should John have the same opinion I think he should have and tell him, just go screw, you made a bad video game. It's not my job to hold your hand and make you feel better about yourself. That being said, I'm a more cantankerous individual than John Riggs, the great John Riggs. Go subscribe to John Riggs. That's what I'm going to tell you right now. John Riggs on YouTube. No matter what happened here, he's still the victim in this situation. Tries to make a fun little review on YouTube. Somebody threatens his livelihood with a lawsuit. I take that very seriously, and I hope he does as well. We got more cool videos coming soon, guys. Please subscribe. Please stick with me. Popeye, Nintendo Switch. Worst Nintendo Switch game I've ever seen. Terrible. Terrible game. Tell your friends.